I think I'm in love with the mother of my child, but we signed a contract saying this would never happen. We made a baby pact at a coworker's wedding. I know how that sounds, but hear me out. I needed a child before turning 35 to inherit my grandfather's $10 million. Selena was 37 and running out of time to have the baby she'd always wanted. My drunk coworker overheard us complaining at the hotel bar. She grabbed our shoulders and said, "You two should just have a baby together." We laughed it off. Then we stopped laughing. Then we actually considered it. She gets her baby. I get my inheritance. Plus, I'd have a kid without the messy divorce my parents put me through. Perfect solution for two desperate people. We met at a lawyer's office the next Monday. Selena was already there, sketching on a napkin, looking exactly like someone who'd been up all night thinking this through. When I sat down, she said, "Ready to make the weirdest deal of our lives?" We spent 3 hours writing rules. I'd be the biological father and see the kid on weekends. She'd be the primary parent. We'd split all costs using my inheritance money. No romance, no feelings, no complications. Just a business transaction that happened to involve making a human. The fertility clinic became our Monday routine. I'd drive her to appointments. She'd inject herself with hormones. We'd text about medical stuff like normal people text about weather. 4 months of this. Complete strangers creating life together. When the first attempt failed, I left Thai food on her doorstep with a note. "Tomorrow, we try again." When the second failed, she found me crying in my car in the clinic parking lot. We sat there in silence, both pretending we weren't devastated about losing something that wasn't supposed to matter. Our co-workers assumed we were dating. We let them think that because explaining our arrangement felt impossible. She wore my jacket when she got cold. I kept prenatal vitamins in my desk. We existed in the same space without actually existing together. Then the third attempt worked, and we lost the baby at 11 weeks. She called me from the hospital at 3 a.m., sobbing so hard I couldn't understand her. Just something about blood and cramping and our baby being gone. Our baby. When did it become our baby? I drove 90 miles per hour across the city, found her curled up on the hospital bathroom floor, holding the only ultrasound photo we had. I sat on that cold floor and held her while we both fell apart, my tears falling into her hair while I whispered, "We can stop. We don't have to keep trying." But stopping felt like giving up on someone we'd already started to love. The fourth attempt worked. When we saw the heartbeat at 6 weeks, I grabbed her hand and didn't let go for the entire appointment. Morning sickness hit hard. I started showing up at her apartment every morning with ginger tea and crackers. I'd sit on her bathroom floor rubbing her back and telling her she was doing great while she threw up. Without discussing it, I assembled a crib in her spare room. She started stocking my favorite coffee. Small things that meant everything. At 20 weeks, we found out it was a girl. We sat in my car afterward, both crying happy tears this time. Real tears for a real baby we were really having together. I started sleeping on her couch, just in case she needed anything at night. She started cooking dinner for both of us. We'd sit on opposite ends of her sofa, her swollen feet in my lap, both pretending this was still about money and biological clocks. But when she'd fall asleep watching TV, I'd cover her with a blanket and watch her breathe, this woman carrying my daughter, and feel something I wasn't supposed to feel. 3 months ago, she started bleeding again. The doctor said placenta previa, possible early delivery, immediate bed rest. I moved in completely, working from her kitchen table, bringing her meals in bed, reading baby books out loud to keep her spirits up. We stopped pretending it was temporary. Last month, at 32 weeks, the baby kicked during our lawyer meeting about custody arrangements. I moved my chair next to Selena's and put my hand on her belly, feeling our daughter respond to my voice. The lawyer asked if we wanted to change our agreement. We both said no. Then Selena grabbed my hand and kept it on her belly. I didn't pull away. The lawyer cleared his throat, shuffled his papers, and said he'd give us time to reconsider. We haven't called him back. Yesterday, my company offered me a promotion in Singapore, starting in 2 months. The inheritance is mine now that Selena's pregnant. The baby's due in 6 weeks. Our contract says I can leave. Selena congratulated me, her voice steady, while her eyes said something else entirely. I stared at the offer letter. Finally, I looked up and said, "What if I don't want to miss anything? What if I want to be more than a weekend dad?" Now we're sitting in her kitchen, my hand on her belly, feeling our daughter move, realizing our business arrangement became the most real relationship either of us has ever had.